Yes! Welcome to Iron Mind, a show where I'll be discussing with you stories and suggestions that could help you achieve the goals and ambitions that you have in your life. Here on Iron Mind, we're going to try to unlock a productive mindset. We are going to try to achieve an ironclad psychology. We should all try to achieve the iron mind understanding that we have in us all. Today guys, I'm going to tell you a little story that I got from social media. I don't hold any of the rights to that story or the picture that comes with it. The artwork isn't mine. The story is quite long, but it's got a moral point to it, which I will point out to you at the end. So here we have this woman. She has a pet snake. She raised it up when it was a young snake. She was feeding it, caring for it. She even looked after it the way it should be looked after. A snake is a predator. So she had this pet python, right? And what she would do is, as she was raising it up, she would clean up after it. She would make sure it was well fed. She even played games with it. She would leave little mice here, there and everywhere for it. Dead mice and dead chickens. No wonder she didn't have a boyfriend. What she gradually started to do is she started to make it acclimatized to her house. She even bought like one of those snake enclosures, you know, those vivariums. And as she was caring for it, obviously the snake grew and grew and grew. Now it got so big that it no longer fit in its little enclosure, and she didn't have enough money for a proper snake enclosure. So instead she just thought, you know what, I'll let it lie down on the bedroom floor. She was still feeding it, she was still looking after it, but she would let it sleep on the bedroom floor. One night she woke up and she saw the snake all coiled up, and she looked at it, and even though the snake was asleep, she thought the snake was sad. They're cold-blooded animals, and her bedroom floor can get quite cold as well. So at night it must be an unpleasant sleep. So as time went on, she decided, you know what, he's my pet, he's a member of my family, he's the only thing that I've got in my life. I'm going to let him sleep on the bed. The bed's warm because of her body heat. It's much more comfy than the floor. As time went on, she was sleeping in the bed. Sometimes the snake would sleep at her feet, sometimes it would sleep right next to her. Gradually, it got so big that she was literally sleeping on top of the snake. I mean, she'd be wrapped up all inside his coils, she'd be sleeping on his head sometimes. It was a pet snake. I mean, she didn't have any fear of it. She raised it, it was one of her own. As time continued to pass, she noticed that some of the food that she left out wasn't getting eaten. So she cleaned up all the mess all around her house and she put fresh food out for it. Another week had gone by, so it'd been 2 weeks since the snake hadn't eaten. She was thinking, oh my god, what's going on now? My pet hasn't eaten for 2 weeks. Obviously, any pet owner, I mean, if you got a cat or a dog, you'd be concerned if your pet didn't eat for a long time. So she was naturally worried. Even though they have slow digestion, she was worried because she would always feed it on time regularly. She decided to take it to a vet. Obviously, given the size of this snake, it was tremendous achievement getting into the car, taking it to the vet. And the vet saw the snake and was like, okay, I need more hands. So he got his team of other vets and, you know, the people underneath in his practice, and they're checking the snake head to tip of the tail. They're doing blood work on it, they're looking at the scales, they're thinking, what is wrong with the snake? Why is it not eating? She's obviously explained all the situation to them. The vets are befuddled, they don't know what's going on. They keep asking the questions and none of her answers make any sense to the snake's condition. He's completely healthy. Why is he not eating? The vet asks a crucial question. Where do you keep the snake enclosure? She goes, oh, I haven't got one. The vet's like, so where does he sleep at night? Where does he hang out? She goes, usually he's so cold, sometimes I find him in my bed covers all snuggled up, and at night he normally sleeps with me. The room went silent. The vet had a pen in his mouth, right? And the vet goes like this. The team of vets that he had with him, they actually took one step back away from the snake. They were like, she's kind of scared herself. She's thinking, okay, why is everybody gone silent? Why are they scared? The vet, he like a small trickle of sweat goes down his face. He goes, I know why your snake's not eating now. This is what the vet said. He goes, your snake's completely healthy. The main reason he's not eating is because he's getting ready to eat. She was like, well, what does that mean? The reason why the snake wasn't eating, the vet said, is he getting ready to eat you? And she was like, what? That can't happen. He's my pet. You know, I love him, he loves me. No. Yes, he is your pet. Yes, you are the owner. But what you forget is he, by his nature, is a predator. The reason why she always finds herself waking up in his coils is he's actually measuring her to see how much he can devour of her in one particular sitting. He's wrapping himself around her arms, her legs, her torso. The vet also explained the reason why he's always in your bed is not to get warm, it's because he's smelling the pheromones. He's savoring the meal to come. There's a moral to this. Some of us, we go through life and we come across certain people, and at times we feel as though this person's very close to us. We might raise them while they're low, we might bring them up, whenever they're feeling a bit sad. Sometimes we ourselves are responsible for their growth. We assist them, we kind of raise them as one of our own. And sometimes, unfortunately, what happens is that very person that we've raised comes back to devour us. And what I mean by that is these people, these fake friends, these fake people that we have in our lives, these fake snakes, they come close to us, they get within our vicinity and they measure us. They measure the way we are, they measure the things that we do, the way we think, our particular tastes. And when they are ready, they will devour you. I'm not saying anything new here. You yourself must have come across people like this before. Whether it be family members or friends or anything, there are people in this world that will take stock of your life. They'll want to know everything about you. Their mannerisms towards you are different than anybody else out there. The reason is they're studying you. The reason that they behave in such a way is they're trying to understand what makes you tick. And when they find out everything that they need to know, they will make their move. Just like a snake. I don't have anything against snakes themselves, okay? Even though I'm not a big fan of them, snakes are living beings. I'm not talking about snakes like that though. I'm talking about people, fake snakes. People who are fake and who are like snakes in nature, where they will inject venom into your life or they will constrict you. How do you identify who is fake and who is not? I mean, that's very hard. And I'm not saying you should be paranoid of everybody. Not everybody is fake. Not everybody is like a snake. We can't live in fear of these people occurring because they will occur regardless. There are certain steps that I've taken where I've kind of observed their behavior. I mean, it's like studying them back. The way they study you, you can study them back. Sometimes when I meet a new person, I don't do too much talking. I'd rather like to listen to them instead. Some people think, oh, he's a bit weird, and I get that a lot. But it's better to observe and understand the person that you're getting to know. The more you talk, the less you'll listen. And when you understand them, that's when you'll be able to gauge whether or not this person is a genuine person or not. I'll give you an example of what a fake person is. One time I was at work and I was shadowing someone, and they were supposed to be doing the work and I was supposed to observe. So they were doing the work, they were doing whatever they were supposed to be doing. I was just watching. Feedback came back for that particular work and that person had made an error. This is how this person reacted. I made this mistake because of you. And as soon as he said that, he changed his words. He goes, what I mean to say is, we were both supposed to be observing this piece of work, but you didn't spot the mistake, I didn't spot the mistake, and that's why the mistake was made. So instead of owning up to his own mistakes, he started blaming other people. How many scenarios have you come across like that in your life? Not just for yourselves, but for the people where they've said, oh, it's not my fault because of such and such a person. These people, they're more friendly than normal. They always want to be buddies with everybody. The only reason for friendship is because they are measuring you. There's no easy way of pointing this. Sometimes you will get bitten, sometimes they will put poison into your life, and sometimes they will constrict you. The only way you'll be able to learn and grow from this is from making mistakes. Sometimes in life you have to lose before you understand. Not everything is going to be clear cut, okay? You will make mistakes, but what you can do is you can learn from those mistakes. So if you see a fake person, you can see certain patterns in behavior. The story I got was from social media. I take no credit for it, but I think it raises a very prominent point. Anyway guys, thank you very much for your time as always. I really appreciate you being here. Of course, if you've got any questions or queries, perhaps any feedback, please do give it to me. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, remember, the best lessons in life are free. So please feel free to learn this lesson of me. My name is Yasser Hayat. This is Iron Mind.